Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. Um, excuse me. Hope you guys are having a good day. And yeah, just going to, a particular subject that came up yesterday when I was out on the street was about, um, does the Fatiha, there's a big focus on the Fatiha. If you guys know what the Fatiha is, the first surah of the Quran. It's the most important surah of all the surahs. It's the one that they repeat in their prayers 17 times a day if they pray. If they pray 5 times a day, they repeat the Fatiha 17 times a day. And also, it's what they pray at weddings, it's what they pray at funerals. There's a funeral, they pray the Fatiha. If they pray at wherever they pray, like some kind of special event, they always pray the Fatiha. It's kind of like with Catholics, they pray the Hail Mary or I don't want to say Our Father, but sometimes they use Our Father that way too. But it is, in a sense of its importance, I guess you could say the way that Our Father is to Christians is how the Fatiha is to Muslims. Okay, and it is the first surah of the Quran. It's made up of 7 verses. Okay, it's made up of 7 verses, and truth be told, not all Muslims accepted it. If you remember, there was Muhammad said to take the Quran from 4 people. One of those 4 people was Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Abdullah bin Mas'ud was one of the ones who did not accept the Fatiha. He said that it was not a surah because he said that it was a prayer more than it was a surah. And there's lots of issues with it. And I wanted to look at one of the issues that with it. And so, yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to start my camera, you guys. And look at me. Nice. I like it. So anyway, here is Pinky. My friend Pinky. So yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to play a little bit of the situation that happened yesterday with the Fatiha situation. Here's a little bit of it. So
Creating Shubuhat, he's creating and he doesn't know. And he's making fun of me because he can't answer. He can't answer.
No, your voice is funny. That's why I'm making
No,
fun of
it's funny. Or your logic doesn't
Are
work.
you going to let me talk at all?
I gave you the chance. Recite right now, Fatiha.
Okay, I don't know
Prove
the
to us that
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it.
Muslim.
But I know a lot of Quran
not
verses.
ex-Muslim.
But I know a lot of I know a lot of Quran verses.
He only knows
Can I tell you some of the Quran verses I know?
He's like, oh,
Are you afraid also? Are you also afraid? Are you going to do like him? Okay, well, then let me say something from the Quran. Let me say something from the Quran. Let me tell you.
Fatiha. Everybody, Fatiha, 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 right now, Fatiha, Fatiha. Recite right now.
I don't know.
We're all watching you. Recite Fatiha.
I don't want to.
anyway, with that situation, there was a little bit of a confrontation. When he said, I told him, listen, I don't want to learn the Fatiha. I mean, I did know it when I was a kid, and I probably do know it. It's like I know most of it. I don't want to say it. I think it's kind of like witchcraft. And so I really don't want to know it. And so he was just, he found something that he could use against me, and so he was just going at it, like it's something. But there's one thing that I did, a legitimate reason why I don't want to memorize the Fatiha, or I don't want to recite the Fatiha, is is because the last verse is like a curse on the Jews and Christians. Okay, the last verse of the Fatiha is like a curse on the Jews and Christians. And let me just show it to you. Okay, this is the Fatiha. And like I said, this is the most famous surah in the Quran. Every Muslim memorizes. It's the first one that they learn. And starts out in the name, and then praise to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Okay, Master of the Day of Judgment. Here it's Master of the Day of Judgment. If you go to the Warsh, it's King of the Day of Judgment. And then, okay, you alone we worship, we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path. Okay, the path of those you have blessed, not those you are displeased with or who are astray. And this right here is the part that that is about the Jews and Christians. And this is what I told the guy. I said, this is about the Jews and Christians. This is like curse on the Jews and Christians. And maghdub, the word there, maghdub, means the ones that your wrath is on them. Your wrath is on them. Willa dalin, and those who've gone astray. Those that your wrath, keyword there is wrath, and those astray. And the belief among Muslims is that this, when it talks about those that your wrath is against, it's talking about the Jews. Okay. And when it talks about those who've gone astray, it's talking about the Christians. Okay. And so I'm going to play these videos for you, and they are in Arabic. So I'm sorry, but I will translate them for you, because here it's going to show you that, it's going to show you that I'm not just making this up. And you know what? Since we have this up right now, let me just go ahead and show you this too. Okay, now with this, one thing that you can do with this, I'm not sure how I did it last time, but I actually had, the Ibn Kathir commentary on this. Okay. Let me go back here and see if I can find this. Oh, bookmarks. What is this? Okay, no. Okay. Okay, let me try this again here. We actually had the commentary on this, which let me see if I can find it here. Translation, reset settings. Okay, I don't know where it went. I had it, and shoot. Okay. Oh shoot. I can't. You know what I can do is I could open this right here. I'll just go ahead and open this. Oh. Okay, right here. Let me show you this right here. Just to show you that I'm not making this up. Okay, here's the commentaries. Well, let's go to Ibn Kathir. And we want chapter 1. So I'm really interested in verse 7. And it's what's so interesting. If you go to all the other commentators, they don't comment on the last verse, but Ibn Kathir does. So let's just look at, okay. All right. And here, in al-maghdub alayhum al-yahud wa in al-dalin in-nasara. Okay, what that means is those who've earned his anger are the Jews, and those who are led astray are the Christians. Okay, this hadith, okay, it says, he said, I am seeking to escape Allah's anger. Also, the Christians said to him, okay, wait a second. Zayd bin Amir and some of his friends before Islam who went to Hashem seeking the true religion. The Jews said to him, you will not become a Jew unless you carry your share of the anger of Allah that we have earned. He said, I am seeking to escape Allah's anger. Also, the Christians said to him, if you become one of us, you got to carry your share of Allah's discontent. He said, I cannot bear it. So he remained in his pure nature and avoided worshiping the idols and polytheistic practices. He became neither a Jew nor a Christian. As for his companions, they became Christians because they found it more pure than Judaism. Waraka bin Nawfal is among these people. Okay, so anyway, so that's the reason for this verse that says that, and this is every time they pray this prayer, the very last thing they say, Maghdub alayhum wad-dallin, those who upon whom is Allah's wrath, and it's very specific. Allah's wrath is upon the Jews, and the dallin, the lost, are the Christians, according to this. So okay, all right, and he comments more here. It says, the way of those you bestowed your favor on, okay, and those who earned your anger, without mentioning the subject, although it is he who sent his anger, just as Allah. Okay. Okay. Have you, O Muhammad, not seen the hypocrites who take friends a people upon whom is the wrath of Allah, i.e., the Jews? Okay, so if you go to Quran 58:14, okay, 58. Well, you know what? Yeah, okay, let's just go here. Okay, we're here already, so might as well just use this one. Okay. 58. غضب الله عليهم. Okay, so this is the 58:14. Where is the translation? Okay. Okay. Have you not seen those? Okay, let me show it to you. Have you not seen those hypocrites who ally themselves with the people with whom Allah is displeased? They are neither with you nor with them. Okay. So when it says this, okay, here in the Halali Khan, it tells you, on whom is the wrath of Allah, i.e. the Jews. Okay. Nor they are neither of you nor of them, Jews. Okay. So when it says, and the word here used, ghadab, is also the same word that's used in the Fatiha, when it says maghdub alayhum, the ones upon whom is the anger of Allah. Okay, so this is what Ibn Kathir is saying in his commentary here. All right, let's go back to the Ibn Kathir. Surah Al-Majdalas. Okay. Okay, أبناء. Okay. مغضوب عليهم. غير مغضوب عليهم. Yes, it's beautiful. Thanks. Okay. Just as Allah stated in another ayah. Okay. So anyway, so when it's talking about who Allah is angry, the reason I want to show you that is because, first of all, I wanted to make sure I learned it for myself, and forgive me for playing this for you one more time. I know this is irritating, but this is really the reason why I wanted to do this. Okay, excuse me here. Okay, let me just show it to you, because there was actually a place where we got into that argument, and I said, I told him the reason I didn't want to say it is because of these two verses. I mean, I don't want to say it at all. But specifically,
Jesus died on the cross and he rose again Sunday. I don't know what I answered 100 times. I answered 100 times. I don't know what I don't want to know it. 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 I want you to know that Jesus died on the cross. Jesus died on the cross and rose again Sunday. That's what I want you to know. I want you to. Why do you got to call me stupid? Why do you got to call me to curse the Jews and Christians in the Fatiha? Yes, it does. The last verse
Who said that?
curse the Jews and Christians.
No. Who said that? Who said that?
The last.
Who stopped us here?
Say the last
No.
verses. Say the last. Say the Fatiha.
Okay.
Say it.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Where does it say Jews and Nasara? Who stopped?
المغضوب عليهم, he said the last verse, the ones who's Allah's wrath and who are lost.
Tafsir. He doesn't know who tafsir is that. Who tafsir? Who tafsir is that? Who?
What can I say?
No. The original tafsir on that.
See, you're not gonna let me talk. Okay. You know, you're not. Yeah. Who cares what you say? Who cares what you say? Jesus said I'm qualified. Jesus said I'm qualified. Jesus said I'm qualified. Jesus said I'm qualified. Jesus says, go tell everybody that I died on the cross on Friday and rose again on Sunday. Rose again on Sunday. Like the Quran says. It says that Jesus died on the cross on Friday and rose again on Sunday.
Who's tafsir is the one that you don't run away. Who's tafsir?
One rakat of salat. Have you ever prayed one rakat? At least one rakat.
When I was a Muslim.
All right, when he was. No, it's okay.
But now I know the truth.
Who's tafsir?
I know the
is that?
truth now.
I know. It's crazy. I'm crazy too.
I know the truth.
I'm crazy for the truth, man. Let's go. Whose tafsir is that? Whose tafsir? The Jews and
the one you said.
Yahud Nasara. No.
The one you said.
Whose tafsir is that?
I serve this country. I'm an ex-military. Fuck yourself. Fuck America. Fuck yourself.
Why are you in America? The FBI just saw that.
Hey, listen. He didn't.
Fuck Donald Trump. I'm a fucking American soldier.
All right, guys.
He's an American soldier, man. Hey, listen.
Is this what Joe Biden's army? Is this what they learn in Joe Biden's army? I can't wait to see what Kamala Harris's army is going to be teaching them. You know, they are going to have their drag queen hours. I know that. That's required in the Navy now, or in the military. So, but I don't know what they taught this guy. He says he's an American soldier. It's like, yeah, interesting. That's what they think of America.
Whose tafsir is that? The one that you're bringing up.
That you said.
Because no.
The one you said. You say it.
Who? I said whose tafsir is that?
عليهم.
Yeah. What does it say? Yahud Nasara. It doesn't say Yahud Nasara. So whose tafsir are you bringing up? Who? He's creating shubuhat. He's creating doubt. Whose tafsir is it? Who? Tell us who. Tell me who. No, it's not even Kathir.
Okay, I told him it's Ibn Kathir. He didn't agree with me. Well, here's Ibn Kathir. So I just wanted to show you guys that it is here and that I was right, of course, but I want to show you that it is in Ibn Kathir. And Ibn Kathir is the one who has the clearest explanation of it too. Al-Maghdub alayhum, Ghadab Allah alayhum. And they kind of cleaned this up a little bit. But okay, this is there's another verse. Let me show it to you. There's another verse. Okay, it's 560. Okay, and it says, and let's look at it together. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm playing lots of hopscotch here, but I just want to show you, that not only is it just describing the situation of these people that Allah's angry at them, but it's also cursing them. Okay, 560. Okay, this is about the Jews here. It says, "Shall I inform you of those who deserve a worse punishment from Allah than the rebellious? It is those who earned Allah's condemnation and displeasure, some who were reduced to apes and pigs, the worshippers of false gods. These are far worse in rank and farther away from the right way." Okay, and who was it that was turned into monkeys and pigs? It was the Jews. And in Arabic, one thing you don't hear here in the English, but in the Arabic you do see it. In the Arabic, you see it says Allah min la'anu. This is Allah cursed them, and His anger is upon them, and turned them into pigs and monkeys. So it says Allah cursed them, His wrath is on them, and He turned them into pigs and monkeys. Okay, and so they take the Quran as a whole, for a doctrine like this, and so when it says those that Allah's angry at, it's also that His curse is on them. Okay, and so that's why does the Fatiha curse? Does the Fatiha curse the Jews and Christians? I think it does. I think it does. So yeah, and so anyway. The guy was asking, where does it say it? Who's the commentator? And there's others too. There are many others too. Okay, but the main one was Ibn Kathir. And then also, let me just show you this too. Okay, Yahud Nasara. Let me just show you this, because this is a hadith. Okay, this is a Hasan hadith. Okay, from Jami' Tirmidhi. Okay, and look what it says. The prophets, peace be upon him, said, "The Jews are those who Allah is at wrath with, and the Christians have strayed." So it's saying that this is about the last verse of the Fatiha, when it says, "Who's maghdub alayhum," the one upon whom is Allah's wrath, with Dalin, the one who went astray. Here Muhammad is saying it's the Jews and the Christians. So you have hadith, you have Ibn Kathir. Okay, you have both the hadith and you have Ibn Kathir saying this. Hey, God bless you, Blackwater. Yes, and I also want to show you. I want to show you some sheikhs. Okay, now this is going to be in Arabic, but
Traitors.
Okay.
What if I told you
I want to show this particular one because I find it kind of interesting. I find this one kind of interesting. Okay.
قالوا إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا فتحنا كتب التراث.
Okay, he says, he's talking about the Fatiha. He says about this last verse, those that Allah's wrath is on them, and then those who've gone astray. And he says, if we open the books of tradition, Islamic books of tradition,
في تفسير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Specifically about the tafsirs about those upon whom Allah's wrath and whose anger is at.
نرى تقول المغضوب عليهم هم اليهود.
It says the one that Allah's wrath is on is the Jews.
والضالين هم النصارى.
And the lost ones are the Christians.
طيب هذا أنا أسأل سؤال. طيب الملل الثلاث أتباع الرسالة المحمدية وموسى وعيسى عليهم الصلاة والسلام ما بيطلعوا نصف سكان الأرض الآن.
He says, I want to go back and I want to hear that again, what he said. He's asking a question.
الآن يا دوب 50% من سكان الأرض. طيب عليهم الصلاة والسلام أنا أسأل سؤال. طيب الملل الثلاث أتباع الرسالة المحمدية
Because of the three, we follow the message of Muhammad
وموسى وعيسى
and Moses and Jesus.
عليهم الصلاة والسلام.
Prayers and peace be upon them.
ما بيطلعوا نصف سكان الأرض.
And you know, this makes up a half of the people on the planet
الآن
right now.
يا دوب 50% من سكان الأرض.
About half of the people on planet Earth are following Muhammad, Moses, or Jesus.
طيب أنتوا 50% البقايا وين دورهم؟
And says, what about the other 50% of the planet?
يعني ما لهم محل هون.
Doesn't this verse apply to them?
يعني في البوذيين والشنتو والكونفوشيوس والسي.
It says you got Buddhist, you got Confucius, you got Shinto, you got all these different religions.
طيب وينهم هدول؟ بس
Where are they?
يعني ما عندكم غير اليهود والنصارى.
It's just the Jews and Christians. It's just, you know, you just got going after the Jews and Christians. This is a Muslim guy saying this. Okay.
يعني بين انه هناك في نوع من الخطاب مو صحيح يعني وهذا الخطاب.
It says there's kind of like this kind of hatred, you know.
عندما نقرأ نحن سورة الفاتحة.
It says when we read the Fatiha.
وكل إنسان يقرأه على الأقل 17 ركعة.
It says and each person reads it 17 times a day.
كل يوم. يقرأه على الأقل 17 مرة كل يوم.
At least 17 times a day you read it.
وفي ذهنه
and it's in his head, it's in his mind
الضالين هم النصارى
that the lost ones are the Christians
والمغضوب عليهم اليهود.
and the ones that Allah's anger is angry with is the Jews.
وهو يعيش في أوروبا معهم.
And he's living in Europe with them.
فكيف يمكن أن يكون علاقة ودية بين الاثنين؟
How can he have a relationship with them when he's thinking thoughts like this about them?
صحيح. يعني هي مستحيل.
I think it's impossible.
بينما المغضوب عليهم والضالين هم من خرج عن الصراط المستقيم.
You know, maybe the ones that are lost or those who are angry is the ones who leave the straight way.
سواء من أتباع الرسالة المحمدية أم غير من أتباعها.
From the followers of the path of Muhammad or those who don't follow it.
فالذي يقتل النفس ومن يقتل مؤمنا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم خالدا فيها وغضب الله عليه ولعنه.
If somebody kills somebody, then he's going to go to hell, and the anger of God is on him.
فكل من قتل نفسا بغير حق.
Everybody who kills somebody without a legitimate purpose.
هو من المغضوب عليهم.
Allah's anger is on them.
سواء قال لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله أم لم يقل وسواء كان بوذيا
whether he's Buddhist or not, whether he's a Muslim or not.
نصرانيا أم يهوديا فهو من المغضوب عليهم. قال تعالى ومن يشرك بالله فقد ضل ضلالا بعيدا. فالمشرك بالله هو من الضالين سواء من أي ملة كانت.
And so it seems like, you know, Allah's anger is on people who sin no matter where they're from. Now you see this guy is being logical, but the problem is, you know, logic doesn't work. You know, it's like, you know, who's Allah angry at? You know, who's God angry at? You know, he's, you know, but it's been very specified by the scholars. And he says every Muslim knows this, that the one who Allah's angry with is the Jews, and the ones who have gone astray are the Christians. Even though you still got the Buddhists, you got the Hindus, but they always get off the hook. And you guys, that's not the only time that the Hindus and the Buddhists and the atheists and everybody else, Shinto and Confucius and all those get off the hook. On Judgment Day, when Allah comes to judge some of the Muslims, he says, I give you a Jew or a Christian, and these are your ransom. So they go to hell in place of you. And so Jews and Christians are going to be going to hell for the Muslims on Judgment Day, according to the hadith. So, and it's not just Sahih, it's a Qudsi hadith. But, you know, the Hindus and the Buddhists and all of them, they get off the hook. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen to those guys. So, but this guy, it's funny to hear a Muslim say this. So anyway, all right, let me show, I want to show you another video where they talk about the, okay, مغضوب عليهم والضالين.
في قوله تبارك وتعالى، أخونا طارق من الشارقة يتساءل في قوله تبارك وتعالى غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين، لماذا المغضوب اسم مفعول والضالين اسم فاعل؟ والفرق بينهم؟
هو أولا يعني جيء بكل منهما اسما، المغضوب عليهم والضالين،
الضالين، نعم،
للدلالة على الثبوت. يعني الغضب عليهم ثابت، والضلال فيهم يعني اتصافا
محقق.
بالضلال ثابت.
م.
لا يرجى فيهم خير ولا هدى. يعني لم يقل صراط الذين غضب عليهم وضلوا،
نعم،
وإنما المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين، فجاء بالوصفين بالاسمية
نعم،
للدلالة على ثبوت هذين الوصفين فيه. يبقى السؤال، لماذا جاء بالمغضوب عليهم اسم مفعول؟
نعم، صحيح.
يعني ماذا يجي اسم فاعل غاضبين؟ يعني هم لا شك أنه مغضوب عليهم، يعني اسم مفعول هو من الاسم المفعول
يعني وقع عليهم الغضب.
Okay. Now they're not really saying they're not saying it right there. But there was another one I wanted to show you guys. Let me see. Let me just open this here real quick. Just give me a second here. Okay. Just 1 second here, because I wrote down the okay. What's this one? Oops. Okay. Copy. I think this is it right here.
الآية الكريمة تلاحظون أنها قال الله فيها غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. المغضوب عليهم والضالون جاء تفسيرها في حديث عدي بن حاتم، وهو وإن كان في سنده مقال، لكن العلماء تلقوه بالقبول في تفسير هذه الآية الكريمة.
Okay, he's saying that there's a guy named Ibn Hatim who gave a hadith about it, and the scholars have come to accept it.
فإن عديا رضي الله عنه سأل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن هؤلاء، فقال المغضوب عليهم اليهود.
He says the one that Allah's anger is against is the Jews,
والضالون هم النصارى.
and the lost ones are the Christians.
وما الفرق بينهم؟
What's the difference between them?
فرق عظيم.
There's a big, huge difference.
والقبيح وكلاهما ضال ومنحرف، لكن اليهود أشد وأعظم.
Okay. He's saying that the Christians are deceived and misled, and it's great, but the fury upon the Jews is much greater. Okay.
لماذا؟
Why?
قال أهل العلم لأن اليهود عرفوا الحق فتركوه.
Okay, he's saying because the Jews knew the truth and they left it, they forsook it.
فغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم.
So Allah got mad at them and he cursed them.
نصيبهم من العلم بالوحي أعظم من نصيب النصارى. والنصارى ضالون لأنهم عبدوا الله عز وجل على جهل.
Okay, and he's saying, and the Christians, they just were misled because they worshiped a man, so. But anyway, the reason I wanted to do this is just to show you that when I told that guy that those last two verses of the Fatiha, or it's one verse actually, is cursing the Jews and Christians. And he's saying, where? Give me the Mufassir. And I told him the Mufassir, and I said Ibn Kathir, and he didn't accept it, but Ibn Kathir does say exactly what I said. And then I also showed you the hadith where Muhammad says, right here, Muhammad says that the Jews are the ones who Allah's wrath is upon, and the Christians have strayed. I've showed you two television preachers who say, and I can show you many more, because there's many more of the television preachers who say that this is about the Jews and the Christians. Okay, and now I'll be honest with you, I did not know, when I was a Muslim. Of course, I was very young when I was a Muslim, so I didn't know a lot of stuff, and but I did not know that this refers to the Jews and the Christians. But the thing that the guy said is that all Muslims know this. All Muslims apparently know this. Okay, and so okay, so this is very interesting that everybody know to where when you're saying that prayer 5 times a day, 17 times in that prayer, you're cursing the Jews and the Christians. Okay, and we have Sheikh Sha'rawi. I watch Sheikh Sha'rawi, and I like to show his videos, but I really didn't hear. Let's see what Baru in. Okay, let's see what this guy says. Just real quick. He's just saying that those who are lost and those who Allah's anger's on them, they're going to go to hell. So, okay. So I just want to see if they see. Okay, this guy's there. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys see it. I don't think you guys are seeing it. Okay, this guy's saying that he explained this verse in his mosque one time, and the guy got mad at him or came to talk to him. It says the Fatiha says the one who are Allah's anger's on them and they're lost. He says the ones who are Allah's anger's on is the Jews, and the ones who are lost are the Christians. And I told him, he came and got mad at me and said, "Who told you that?" I said, "The scholars." Scholars, plural. He says, "What scholars?" I said, the companions of Muhammad. He says, "You come to confront me about a subject that the ulama, the scholars, and the the exegetes and the Islamic scholars all agree about." He's had an amazing ignorance. Allah says the only religion He accepts is Islam. If anybody follows a religion other than Islam, don't accept them. It's not just exaggeration, brothers. It's not exaggeration. Muslims are the ones who are going to go to heaven. And the kuffar, all of them are going to hell. It's not exaggeration. Okay. Anyway, so I've showed you 3 preachers that, and I can show you many, many more. And I think what that guy said is correct. That all Muslims know this. All Muslims know that. Somebody's asking about Sam Shamoun. I think he's on Rumble. I think he's on Rumble. To be honest, that's what I've heard. I heard that, and this is secondhand, but I heard that that YouTube actually went after him, his channel on YouTube, and I think he's doing stuff on Rumble now. So yeah. So yeah, Tim, what we're talking about is yesterday with a guy that was, the first chapter of the Quran is called the Fatiha, which is the opening. And And it's it's like it's very short. All Muslims know it, and they pray it. Yeah, if they pray 5 times a day, they say it 17 times. They say this surah 17 times during their prayers. And the last verse of it is like a curse against the Jews and Christians. They're the ones that Allah's wrath is on, and the ones who are lost. And I've heard that the ones whose Allah's wrath is on is the Jews, and the ones that are lost are the Christians, according. And so, but the guy that I was talking to, he says, "Who says that? Who says that that's a curse on the Jews and Christians?" And I told him, but he didn't believe it. So anyway, what I'm doing today is I'm just showing that according to the hadith, that Muhammad did say that that's the case. It's the Jews and Christians. According to all of these preachers, I've played 4 preachers so far, radio, TV preachers who said that this is the case. And also, I showed Ibn Kathir, the commentary of Ibn Kathir. Okay. And there's another one I wanted to show too, but I don't know what's happening, why it's not working. Let me try again, see if I could get the commentary. Jews. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure how to commentary. Search languages, log in. Let's see if it has reciters, feedback, legacy, corpus, terati, legacy, previous. Okay. Yeah, I can't find the, I wanted to show you the, what the, one of the most famous scholars, Ibn Kathir actually says about it. And he's very, here, okay, I think this is it actually. And I showed it, but let me just show you again. Okay, Ibn Kathir is one of the most famous scholars, and he very specifically says here, okay, these two are the paths of the Jews and Christians. In fact, that the believer should be aware that he avoids them. The path of the believers is knowledge of the truth and abiding by it. In comparison, the Jews abandoned practicing the religion, while the Christians lost the true knowledge. That is why anger descended on the Jews, while being described as led astray is more appropriate for the Christians. Okay, and yeah, and then down here it says, and Allah's curse, Allah's curse. Okay, the Jews incurred the curse of Allah and His wrath. Okay, so anyway, just to show that I didn't make this up. This is the truth. And so, because they were trying to get me, Tim, to recite the Fatiha, they want me to say it, and I could have memorized it a zillion years ago. I don't want to memorize it. I don't want to know it, even though it's very short. It's very easy to learn. I don't want to learn it because I think it's kind of like witchcraft. So anyway, that's why I'm doing this today. I just wanted to show that the things I said about it were correct. So here's the confrontation that happened. Sorry, babe. I know my wife doesn't like to hear this.
Creating triple high, he's creating and he doesn't know. And he's making fun of me because he can't answer. He can't answer.
No, your voice is funny. That's why I'm making
No,
fun of
it's funny. Or your logic doesn't
Are
work.
you going to let me talk at all?
I gave you the chance. Recite right now, Fatiha.
Okay, I don't know
Proof
the
to us that-
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it.
Ex-Muslim.
But I know a lot of Quran
He's not
verses.
ex-Muslim.
But I know a lot of I know a lot of Quran verses.
He only knows
Can I tell you some of the Quran verses I know?
He's like, oh, I'm gonna recite
Are
this
you
for the
afraid
Muslims.
also? Are you also afraid? Are you going to do like him? Okay, well, then let me say something from the Quran. Let me say something from the Quran. Let me tell you.
Fatiha. Everybody, Fatiha, 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 Fatiha. Right now, Fatiha, Fatiha. Recite right now.
I don't know.
We're all watching you. Recite Fatiha.
Into his mob mentality. So, so anyway, that's why I want to do this today, to kind of show that what I said to him was correct. So anyway, that's the whole deal. So Fatiha, 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 Fatiha. I know. Well, you know what? He learned, yeah, they are clowns. But the other guy's even more of a clown. I don't know if the other guy is a real clown. Seriously. Everybody knows, even those Muslims who go to the mosque know he's a clown. But they laugh at him. And the thing he does, one thing, Father Zechariah told me, he says, whenever people do stuff like this, use it as a platform to preach from. Just use that, take advantage. I mean, and the one thing that this guy does, I don't know if you guys were watching yesterday, but I was pretty mellow yesterday. It was pretty mellow, and tell the truth, I was kind of tired. I really didn't want to get into confrontation. I just wanted to be there with the cross and just to keep, the cross in their minds and stuff, and just kind of be mellow. But then he came and started yelling, and I don't know, it's Southern California, and but so, but he came and he made it loud. The first guy, the old guy, every time he comes, his God died on the cross. His God died on the cross. His God was in a woman's womb. He's a blasphemer, but I try to, because he starts getting loud, I'll get louder too, and so I use that. So anyway, so that's kind of what happened. That's why I did this today. I wanted to just show you guys that, yes, the last the last verse of the Fatiha. The Fatiha is the opening surah of the Quran. It's the first. Okay. Even though Abdullah bin Mas'ud said it should not be in the Quran because it's not a surah, it's just a prayer. And but it's not really a prayer. But the last verse of it is a curse on the Jews and Christians. And they pray it 17 times a day. And now some might say, well, how do you say it's a curse on the Jews and Christians? Well, it's just saying that Allah's angry at them. It's a permanent condition. Allah's angry, permanent condition that Allah's wrath is on the Jews and that the Christians are lost. So anyway, so that's all I wanted to do today, guys. Just kind of show you that, yes, that last verse is about the Jews and Christians, and they have to say it 17 times a day. I like what that one guy said. He said, the Muslims are living in Europe among the Jews and Christians. They're living with the Christians, and you guys have put in their head that that they have gone astray and that Allah's angry at them all the time. What is why? What's the use of this? You plant it in their head 17 times a day. They got to say that God has, led these people astray, and that they're lost. How could he be friends with them? How can he interact? How can he live among them? So anyway, yeah. Well, Blackwater, you're this is gonna happen to you too. Is that they're gonna start telling you, oh, you don't know how to be, you don't know, and they don't speak a word of Arabic, whereas you do, and then they're gonna start telling you how you don't know Arabic, and which whatever. We plant the seeds and hope that something that some of the seeds will bear fruit in Jesus' name. So yeah, that's all I want to do tonight, you guys. Just a kind of a short live stream to show that, per usual, that I was right, of course. And so yeah, that guy, this particular kid who was doing this, he, like I said, he used to come around about a year and a half ago, and he used to really get angry. He used to really get angry and loud, but then he stopped coming around, and it's been oh wow, you guys, my video has already got 700 views on it, this video right here. So usually these videos don't get that much, but to celebrate 700, I just put it on a little while ago. I put it on TikTok. I put it on TikTok, and so like I said, my videos don't usually get that many views, but it's already got 700 views on TikTok. So in honor of my 700 views on TikTok, I'm going to play it for you again here, guys. So bear with my ego. I mean my share.
He doesn't know, and he's making fun of me because he can't answer. He can't
No,
answer.
your voice is funny. That's why I'm making
No,
fun of
it's funny. Or your logic doesn't
you.
work.
Are you gonna let me talk at all?
I gave you a chance. Recite right now, Fatiha.
Okay, I don't know
Prove
the
to us that
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it. But I know a lot of Quran verses. But I know a lot of Quran verses.
He only knows.
Can I tell you some of the Quran verses I know? Are you afraid also? Are you also afraid? Are you going to do like him? Okay, well, then let me say something from the Quran. Let me say something from the Quran. Let me tell you.
Fatiha. Everybody, Fatiha, 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 Fatiha. Right now, Fatiha, Fatiha. Recite right now.
I don't know.
Look at that guy in the back.
Recite Fatiha. Creating you.
Okay, so yeah, he learned a new word, you guys. This guy learned a new word. You know, his new word was shubahat, and what was the other word he learned? Kira'ah. There's Qira'ah and Rawayat. Rawayat. He learned 2 new words, and he wanted to come to beat me up with them. You know, next week he's probably going to come up with 2 new Arabic words to come, show off. And I tried talking to him in Arabic. He doesn't understand Arabic. He doesn't know a word of Arabic. So anyway, yeah, Blackwater. So yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah. See, so that angry dude trying to show off that you are not, yeah, showing that he himself wasn't a, yeah. But when you get people like that, you use them. Okay, that's the way I do it. You use them to be able to preach louder. Because what I did is that I turned around, I lifted the cross higher, and I just said, you know what? All that matters is that Jesus died on the cross, and there were a bunch of people. There was a bunch of people around. There was like about 20 people around. And I said, Jesus died on the cross and rose again. They're just coming out of the mosque. So use them. If they want to be like that obnoxious, use them. And these guys are always that way. So anyway, all right, you guys. Well, God bless you guys, and go to church tomorrow. And you know what? Let me just put here. If you'd like to come on for a few moments, we're not probably going to be here very long, but if you'd like to come on, and if you'd like to say something, or it's good to see Tiger, Villainous SSB, Blackwater Moonlight, Villainous SSB. Okay, Tim Trainer. By the way, guys, Tim Trainer, me and him went to college together. We were in church together. We used to play in the band. He played the drums, and I played the bass. And so we go back, I guess, about 40 years. Well, shoot, more than that, 42 years. God bless you, Tiger. And by the way, Tiger, did you see, yes, Pinky's here today. So, yeah. Plus, we got new curtains. Aren't they nice? I like them. They're khafif ala al-ainain in Arabic, just they're light on the eyes, easy on the eyes. So, all right. All right, you guys. Well, let me see. There was one other thing I was going to say. Shoot, what was it? To try last. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't last night. It was this morning for me, but yeah. Shoot, there was one other thing I was going to say about, see if I remember. Shoot. Oh, okay. There's a verse in Psalm 69, and it talks about Jesus, and it's Jesus talking. And you know what? I should not just say it, I should actually show it. Okay, I should just show it. And Fatiha, 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 Fatiha. Okay. Let's see, Bible. Actually, I want to go Bible Hub. Just because, with Bible Hub, you guys, the thing I like about Bible Hub is that you could get a bunch of different versions of one verse, and how they translate it. And so I just want to look at Psalms 69. Psalm 69. Okay. And I want verse, 69:8. Okay. 69:8. Okay. Now, you know what? I actually want, let's look at Psalm 69, all of it. Let's see, how can I show all of it? 69. Oh, 69 is long. Okay. Okay, 69. Okay. Let's just go Psalm 69. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, let's just go Psalm 69. I want to see actually all of Psalm 69. Yeah, boy, yeah, tapachet rasi. Okay, Psalm 69. Let's try this again here. Okay, because you got to do this the way they do it, and they make it hard. Okay, Psalm 69, first of all, you guys, is one of the most amazing prophetic, prophetic prophetic psalms. Seriously, it is so fantastic. It is so awesome in prophecy. But let me just read it. And I got the different versions, but I'll just go ahead. It says, for the director of music to the tune of lilies. Where have all the lilies gone? Okay, I don't think it's that lilies. Okay, of David. Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in miry depths where there is no foothold. I have come into deep waters. The floods engulf me. Wow, I have nightmares of that sometimes, you guys, where you be in water is you can be in water and it's bearable, but then when your feet don't touch the bottom anymore and you're being carried by the water and there's no foothold. I have come into deep waters, the floods engulf me. This is Jesus talking, you guys. I am worn out calling for help. My throat is parched. Remember Jesus? My eyes fail looking for my God. Those who hate me without a reason. Remember? As written, they hate me without a reason. Outnumber the hairs of my head. Many are my enemies without cause, those who seek to destroy me. I am forced to restore what I did not steal. Wow. I think that right there, you guys. I think that's almost the whole message of salvation right there. That right there is what Jesus did on the cross. I am forced to restore what I did not steal. Jesus was bearing what we stole. He was restoring what we stole. What an awesome way to describe that. The Holy Spirit inspired this. I'm forced to restore what I did not steal. Wow, so awesome. This is written 1,000 years before Jesus, you guys. David wrote this. You know my folly. My guilt is not hidden from you. So here David is talking now. You see, because the whole thing is David. Okay, but when David is speaking, sometimes it'll lapse into prophecy about Jesus. Okay, and then it comes back to talk about David. Okay, so this is David talking. Okay, Lord, the Lord Almighty, may those who hope in you not be disgraced. You know what? I'm curious to see how the Legacy Standard Bible says this. It says, may those who hope in you not be ashamed through me, O Lord Yahweh of hosts. May those who seek you not be dishonored through me, O God of Israel. For I endure scorn for your sake. Shame covers my face. Again, it's back to describing Jesus. Now this is where this right here is where it gets really, I think, somebody wants to come talk to me, tell me about what they think about this. Ahlo sahla, welcome. But if not, if you don't have a better explanation than I do, I'm just going to tell you what I think about this verse right here. I think this is one of the most powerful verses. Look what it says. I am a foreigner to my own family, a stranger to my own mother's children, a stranger to my own mother's children. Not my father's children, my mother's children. You see how this is Jesus? My own brothers pretend they don't know me. Okay? I am become a stranger to my brothers, an alien to my mother's sons. Can you see how this is about Jesus? My mother's sons, not my father's sons. Because Jesus, his mother had all those other children, Jude, Josie's, and then the girls. So this right here, I believe, shows that Mary had other children. And I believe there's many other verses that prove that, but this right here is prophetic. And you say, well, how do you know this is about Jesus? Maybe that's David. Well, look at the next verse. Zeal for your house consumes me, and the insults of those who insult you fall upon me. And we know exactly that this is about Jesus, because in John chapter 2, it says, the zeal for your house consumes me. So this verse right here, I'm a stranger to my mother's sons. Now, it's not his father's son because his father is God, but his mother did have other sons. His mother had other sons. Okay, because I know some people say she didn't have other children. Well, this seems to very clearly say Jesus's mother had other sons. Okay, look at the different ways they translate it. I'm an alien to my mother's children. Okay, I'm a stranger to my mother's sons. I'm an alien to my mother's sons. Alien to my mother's sons. A foreigner to my mother's sons. alien to my mother's sons, foreigner to my mother's sons, foreigner to my mother's sons, alien to my mother's children, foreigner to the children of my mother, a stranger to my mother's children, a foreigner to my own family. Okay, that one doesn't, not so much. Alien to the sons of my mother. And I looked up the Hebrew, you guys. The word is im, which means mother, and ben, which means sons. So it's specifically mother's sons, which is saying that Jesus's mother had other sons. Okay, so foreigner to my mother's sons, foreigner to my family, foreigner to my mother's sons. And family is wrong because in the Hebrew it's im ben, mother's sons. Okay, alien unto my mother's children, foreigner to the sons of my mother, foreigner to my mother's sons, stranger to my mother's children. Okay, alien to my mother's children, foreigner to my mother's children, alien to my mother's children, alien to my mother's children, foreigner to the sons of my mother. Okay, all of these versions, yeah, and look at all these. I could read to you another. There's still, 20 more. Okay, look at the Geneva. I'm an alien unto my mother's sons. Okay, so these verses. And then people, just in case somebody says, wait a minute, it's not about Jesus. Well, look at the next verse. Zeal for your house consumes me. John chapter 2 very specifically says this verse is about Jesus. John chapter 2. Remember when Jesus drove out all the sellers from the temple? And the priests came and said, what authority you do this? And Jesus said, destroy this temple, and 3 days I will raise it up again. And then it says, after he rose again, his disciples remembered that it said, zeal for your house consumes me. So this is talking about Jesus very clearly. John very clearly says that. And I have a theory, you guys. I have a theory. Okay. Now you can take this theory, keep it, throw it away, go study it for yourself. You know the two guys that were walking on the road to Emmaus? Remember those two guys who were walking on the road to Emmaus and Jesus was talking to them on the road to Emmaus? And it says that Jesus spoke to them about the books of Moses, about the Psalms and the prophets. And he explained how those things were about him. So Jesus told the men on the road to Emmaus the prophecies about him in the Psalms. I believe, went and told the disciples what Jesus said. I bet they wrote them down because he spoke to two of them on the road to Emmaus. I bet they wrote every single one of them down that they could remember. And they told the disciples. Okay, that's why in John says this was about Jesus. The disciples remembered that this was about Jesus. So this is about Jesus. For zeal for your house consumes me. It says so in John, and I believe this is about Jesus. I am a stranger to my mother's sons, meaning his mother had more sons after him. So, okay, yes, it's all about him. Hallelujah. Yeah, I love that. I love that, man. That's so awesome. Yeah, it actually is. It really, and Tim, I don't know if you if I could show you another video. Let me just show you another video. Let me just show you this other video. This other one is when I was out with my wife, and okay, right here.
You have over 800 million people that are expected to struggle with food insecurity over the next decade. And we find that
In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. I'll go ahead and recite Arabic and I'll translate it.
Okay. See this guy, the giant? Okay, he's a convert to Islam. Oh, he'll call it a revert. But anyway, this is and he wanted to recite for me Quran. Okay, I asked him a question. He wanted to answer me. Okay, and he was gonna, and he didn't know that I speak Arabic. Okay, and so he was gonna answer my question by reading the Quran to me. Okay, and so okay, fine. You know, I asked him a question. I wanted an answer, but he said, before I read it to you in English, I'm gonna recite it for you in Arabic. He didn't know that I speak Arabic. And you guys, if you remember when Muhammad Hijab was with Jordan Peterson, that he wanted to recite something for Jordan Peterson, and he did the whole, he did all that for Jordan Peterson, who doesn't understand Arabic. And Jordan Peterson said to him, why did you do it like that? I mean, why did you do that? And then Muhammad Hijab says, oh, because I want you to have the whole Islamic experience. No, it's witchcraft. And that's what this guy was trying to do. He was trying to do the witchcraft on me. He wants to recite that on me because it's witchcraft, you know. But anyway, let me just play this here.
No, just read the English. I don't speak Arabic. I understand. Do you have an issue with me reading the Arabic? Yeah, I do, because I think you're trying to do some witchcraft there. But go ahead, just
I told him it's witchcraft.
read the Arabic. So, are you some type of Islamophobe or something?
Are you an Islamophobe or something? You Islamophobe? You learned all the American victimization words?
I'm a Christian, you know. So Christians typically are disrespectful to other religions? Huh? Are you Christophobic? No, we're not. You're not? Then why do you say that our book is corrupted? Because we know it's a fact. You know it's a fact? Even priests themselves. How do you know that it's a fact? The church itself believes that the book is corrupted. Where? Show me. Okay, who wrote the Bible? Okay, the Bible says, the Bible is.
Anyway, I got in trouble here. He threatened to knock me out in front of my wife. So, but anyway, it's the same thing. You know, the reciting those verses. You guys, it's a false god. It's a fake. You know, and so he wanted to read on. Ikra alayk. In Arabic they say yikra alayk, which means it's to recite upon you. And so I didn't want him to do that. So yes, I know it's sickening to hear that. And Michelle, the Muslim who says that doesn't know his Quran, because his Quran doesn't say our book is corrupted. The Quran says our book was sent down by Allah, it's preserved by Allah, and Muhammad believed in it, and they don't believe in it because it doesn't say that Jesus predicted the coming of Ahmed, not Muhammad, Ahmed, whoever Ahmed is. So, if you want to see that video, you know what? That video got over 100,000 views, and so they posted. They call it the Hateful Christian. If anybody wants to see it, it's this guy named The Warner, and he actually threatened to knock me out. He told me it was pretty. And at one point, I said to them, "Isn't it great to be in a Christian country?" And he says, "It's not a Christian country. And the Warner guy here, he says, yeah, it's a satanic country." And then he says, and it's going to become a Muslim country, about America. He says, it's not a Christian country, it's a satanic country, and it's going to be a Muslim country. So, if you want to watch it, here's the link for it. The guy's called I Am the Warner. He actually, the day after I was doing the live stream, I'm not sure if it was the day after or if it was the same day, because I had the video too, and I did a video about it. He actually came on the program, and he told me, he said, "Listen, the reason I did that to you and I said those terrible things to you is because some girl had taken a Quran. And when she took the Quran, I told her, please make sure and read 434. It's an American girl. Dude, these guys are like, they're like snakes, man. They're like butter. They're so smooth, man. Says, hi, do you want to learn about Islam? About Allah loves everybody. Allah loves everybody more than a mother loves her children. And just like, give me a break. But Allah doesn't have children. He's not allowed to have children because he doesn't have a girlfriend. So anyway, it got over 103. I think it's up to 103,000 views. Yeah, it's 105,000 views. So it's the hateful Christian almost gets knocked out in front of his wife. Yeah. So anyway, you guys. Yes. Are there any of Muhammad's titles besides the? Thank you, Houston. I told him that. I said, Warner. The Quran says Muhammad is the warner. You're a warner. You're taking on yourself Muhammad's title. I said, are you allowed to do that? It says, I think you're a kafir. You're not allowed to do that, to take on yourself Muhammad's title. He calling himself Muhammad's title, the warner. And the warner, you guys, that, I made a video about it. It's called The Warner Brothers, just meeting the Warner Brothers. But the thing about that verse is, that in it, Allah says that Muhammad didn't do any miracles. He was just a warner. I mean, it's actually a little bit of an insult. It's like, how come you didn't? Because all the people of Medina were saying, hey, how come you don't do no miracles for us? Moses did miracles and Jesus did and Elijah and all the real prophets did. How come you can't do no miracles? And then Allah told Muhammad, said, no, tell me you're just a warner. So it means that Muhammad was incapable of doing miracles. So all he could do, and they say the Quran is a miracle, which is some miracle. It's got historical errors, it's got geographical errors, it's got scientific errors, got theological errors, got grammatical errors, got linguistic errors, got mathematical errors, got so all right. So yeah, so I will go out and see him again, the righteous are bold as a lion. In Jesus' name, he is our boldness. Okay, someone said something about Psalm 12. Yeah. The thing about the Bible, man, is you read the Bible and it is just so awesome, man. It just because it's prophetic, it's prophetic. And let's see, Psalm 12. Someone said to read Psalm 12, 6 and 7. So let's look at Psalm 12, 6. Let's look at Psalm 12 together, make this our closing. So we made it to an hour. Ooh, an hour and 20 minutes. Cool. Okay. If this blows me away, though, we might go longer here. Okay, help, Lord. No one is faithful anymore. Okay. The words of the Lord are flawless, silver purified in a crucible, like gold refined 7 times. You, Lord, will keep the needy safe. You will protect us forever from the wicked. Amen. Thank you. That's beautiful. And when it says the word of the Lord, I'm kind of curious now. See, you got me curious now. I'm going to just do one little thing here. Let's just look at, I'm curious about what the word that is used for word. Okay. 6. Your pure words. Interlinear. Aha. Imra, which is, the word memra, which is the same as logos. It's in the Hebrew, it's the same as logos for word. So that it's talking about Jesus, purified sevenfold, that, and it's, when it says seven, it's not, it's kind of it's the perfect purity, talking about the perfect purity. And so, yeah. Thank you, Houston, for pointing that out. And I told him that too. I said to him, "Are you allowed to use that as your name?" That's Muhammad's. And I think he said, I don't know. But I'm surprised that Muslims are applauding him, because that's kafir, to take on yourself the title of Muhammad. I don't think you're allowed to do that. So, yeah. Well, you guys, talking about, yeah, they are. Oh, Tim, man, I did two episodes this last week on Ezekiel 38 and 39. You know what? I am blown away by Ezekiel 39. I'm actually more into Ezekiel 39 than 38. It blows my mind. I get into that and it's just like so fantastic, so accurate, so if you didn't see what I did about Ezekiel 39, it was a few days ago. Go and see it, man, because I talked about the protocol for a nuclear attack. Yeah, about what you're supposed to do in the case of a nuclear attack, because Ezekiel talks about it. Ezekiel talks about what you're supposed to do 3,000 years ago. It's mind blowing, man. The word of God is alive. It's living, sharper than any two-edged sword, dividing between soul and spirit. So, wow, hallelujah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but more importantly, he loves you. And Tiger, I just want to tell you, don't worry about Pinky. Okay? Just don't worry about Pinky. All right? I'm just saying that as a brother, and all right. God bless you guys.
If you have ever wondered why dull apologists lie so much, it's because on a rare occasion that they tell the truth. This happens.
One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense.
You're going to that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say.